Evening, good evening. My name is Stephanie Benson and welcome to Uncensored on 92.73 FM. I do hope you're out there because today's topic, maybe you might enjoy it. I know for sure that you're going to. That's a fact because anything with me is exciting. I just want to tell you a little bit about my day. I've had quite a big day because I spent all day with my grandson. But most of all, my week, dear God, my daughter got engaged last week. So we're going to have to prepare a wedding. That's exciting. I know a lot of you know that if you follow me on Instagram. My son is also getting married on next year in September. So that's another wedding. And Alex, my number one, the one who gave birth to Isaiah, she wants to have another baby. Alex, I'm not jinxing it. I do want you to have another baby. So you told me, so I'm telling everybody. So you do, okay? So that's been my week, really. I have to say I've been really excited about all of that. But coming to the crust of it, our first topic is really about marriages. On this channel, you're going to find out everything about yourself, about love, about relationships, about you, basically, because you are the most important thing in your life. Sometimes we put other people first, and it doesn't always work. What I tried to do before I started this show was talk to different people about marriages in Ghana, because it's important that you find out about the people that you're dealing with and the people that you're talking to before you start anything like this, because this is about marriages. I also have to put myself on the line. I have to put my marriage on the line. I have to put my motherhood on the line, because if you're advising people, you do need to be able to prove yourself. And I'm hoping that's what I'm able to do. I'm doing my best, okay? But one thing that I tried to do was try to find out about marriages in Ghana. The only thing I can go by is celebrity marriages, because everyday marriages, normal people, they're out there. You don't really get to find out very much about them. But when it comes to celebrity marriages in Ghana, it's important that we find out the successful ones. Do we know? Does anybody know? If you know, maybe later on you can come in and tell me, because I know there are a few who are still married. I also know there's a lot that are probably divorced right now. And I also know there's quite a big majority who don't really want to get married. The question is why? Why do ladies nowadays don't want to get married? It's tough. Even with the married couples right now in the celebrity world, and that's what I'm talking about right now, because the normal people I don't really know, and I need to find out. That's why I need you, and that's why I'm here. In the celebrity world, once without any gossip, Ghanaians like to gossip. There's always something going on. When people are married, somebody's always saying they're cheating, There's like news here and there. And I've heard plenty of them. And if you want the tea, go to the university girls. They will tell you everything you need to know. So I put my feelers out there. And I try to come up with maybe just a few couples that are successfully married. And that was tough. Now, I'm not saying that the gossip is true, because you don't know. Gossip is gossip. People will say anything and everything, whether it's true or not. There's probably some about me out there. I doubt it very much, because the only thing they can say is I'm a flirt, which I am. You all know that. But successfully married couples, not a lot of people have very good things to say, and that's sad. And we're supposed to be a God-fearing country, right? The percentages outside of this country, the people who are still married in the celebrity world, in the US and the UK, funny enough, I was surprised how high that was. In Ghana, we have to do something about it. There's a reason why. And that brings me to my topic. Trust. Trust, oh. Building trust in a relationship is one of the hardest things that I find that most Ghanaians are struggling with. Women are not getting married nowadays in Ghana because they don't trust. It's tough. So to build trust in a relationship is our love language for today. Building trust. How do you do it? How does it work? How does anybody learn to trust somebody? Anyway, to continue with that, I need to bring my right-hand man and talk to him about that, actually, because we've been married a long time. And when it comes to trust, I can say categorically, 100%, that John, I trust him implicitly. There aren't many people or married couples who can actually look at their husband and say, I know you would have a woman standing in front of you naked, and they wouldn't do a damn thing. I'm sad because it's not working. Trust me, it's working. Yeah. I'm not saying it because you know me. If it wasn't working, I would tell you. No question. So let me introduce to you my right-hand man, Jonathan Buggs. John, come and sit here and let's talk to our audience out there.
Hi, guys.
You all know Mr. John Oluman.
You can't pick someone up.
You know how people are giving you some hard times, Pa, on this one.
And you know how much I worry.
I mean, John, really, you should have been able to pick me up, because look at me, guys. Look, I mean, you can't see me, the people on the radio land. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not really that big. But let me tell you why John couldn't pick me up, because some people were saying, how can he not pick you up? Because, like, you're small. It's because he hurt his knee. That was his excuse, right?
Yes, darling. Thank you. But she did trust me.
I trusted him. Well, I was trying to, like, lay back there looking all dainty. And
yeah.
It didn't work.
You and dainty.
Yeah. But the thing with us is, so let's talk about this building trust. We've never had a problem with trust. I know it's weird. It's weird how we can say that. You trust me, no?
Implicitly.
Are you sure?
Implicitly.
Do you want to really trust me?
What do you mean?
Trust me, I'm bad, oh.
I mean, maybe bad. Well, if I don't trust you, I'm not with you. It's as simple as that.
Yes. I trust you. How did we make that work, actually? Because for me, it was very easy. I don't know, as a Ghanaian woman, and also my father married 4 or 5 women. And when my mother came into the picture, he left all others, apparently. I was young, so I don't know, and stayed with mom. So I saw that love that my father gave my mother. It was like real, like, I could see his face light up every time my mother walked in the room. And that's what I wanted in my marriage. There was no question I wasn't going to compromise. And I found that person. So when I found him, I knew instantly I could trust him, the way he looked at me, the way he made me feel. There was one thing, though, let me just say, John, let me just put you on the spot, kakra. There was one thing that, remember when we initially got married, when somebody would walk in a room, like a female, you would look. Do you remember?
Yes. Yes.
I killed that out of him. I'm thinking, if I'm sitting with you, don't you dare look at another person, because I should be there. Me, Akuya. I mean, look at me.
100%.
I should be the only person you're looking at. So I don't care who, it could be Charlize, what's her name? Sarah. Theron could walk in the room, and if you look, your balls will not be yours.
I thought that was my hall pass.
I know.
Oh.
No, not in the beginning. Now it is. In the beginning, she was not your whole pass. I would not allow it. Actually, nobody. So I think in the first few weeks, I made sure that he understood it's something that I do not accept in a marriage. And
and your red line.
Yeah, it was my red line. I mean, he said he wasn't looking because he admired them. He was looking because, why were you looking, John?
You can't help it, can you? If they're pretty. it's one of those things. Men.
So if a guy walked in the room and he had like big muscles and like, you know, his package was showing like really.
You look and you do look.
Yeah, but this means different.
Going back to trust, I think actions are the things that are important. Mm-hmm. You see the way someone behaves, it gives you confidence. And do what you say
Mm-hmm.
and say what you do. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Don't do things hidden. And the person will eventually always trust you. It's that confidence.
Yeah, it's just giving somebody confidence.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah.
If you trust someone implicitly, it's such a lovely feeling. And if you can give someone that feeling of complete trust, it's empowering.
So, let's put it this way. When you trust your partner implicitly, let's just say me, from a man's perspective, when you trust me, how does that make you feel when we go anywhere?
It's like I'm walking on a cloud. It's untouchable. That's a wonderful feeling. Gives you superb confidence.
Yeah, the confidence is everything, and also the same for me. When I walk in a room and because I trust John, he can be speaking to anybody, and I don't even look at you.
Most of the time, we spend time together.
We spend time together. When we go
boring old farts.
We talk to people, but we've always enjoyed our own company.
Yeah,
always. But how do you think we made it possible for that to work?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think there's a formula to it. Some people you click with, some people you don't.
No, but you see, people have to learn how to build trust, and we have to be able to impart something, maybe something we took for granted that other people are not able to take for granted, because we took a lot for granted because we loved each other so much, and also we wanted to make each other happy. Whereas some people miss that mark because there's all that like gender roles and what's mine is mine, and things that are in
jealousy as well,
and jealousy and that things that are set in our upbringings. It happens.
Yeah.
Because some people are from families where there's a lot of cheating and there's a lot of infidelity, and they don't know how to maneuver that when they're in their relationship, because they bring that baggage into the relationship. How do we teach them to have more trust in each other? There has to be a building process.
You need someone with skills, like a psychiatrist.
I think we can talk about it, because I basically think communication.
I think communication is key throughout everything, and it'll be one of the most important building blocks. And it's not just communicating about the big things; it's also communicating about the stupid little things, almost pointless things, that you're happy and you want to listen and you show you're eager to listen. And then the person will feed off that and tell more.
Yes.
It just becomes a snowball.
Yeah. And I think with everything, guys, you have to take one step at a time. Don't just rush into saying, we need to trust each other. So from now on, we have to trust each other 100%. If that's not something that's in your life, you have to take baby steps.
Yeah.
So maybe when you come home and you've had a great day or even a bad day, sit down, make an active effort to speak to your wife about your day. Tell them everything. Don't miss anything out. See, before I even talk like this, Carl, let me just say something, guys. So a lot of people go into marriages thinking, it doesn't matter how my marriage is, I am still going to cheat. That is a thing that is inbred. We cannot be a religious country and have people think infidelity is okay. You pull people up on so many things, like, you should dress like this. You should only put on makeup when you go to church, you should dress a certain way. Please abide by the commandments, what you actually believe in and what you read in the Bible. Let it apply to everything else you do. Don't exempt infidelity from your beliefs because it's okay. Because I found out that that's one of the biggest reasons a lot of women are unhappy. And a lot of women do not actually even want to get married, because they just can't deal with the fact that they're disrespected that way.
I think the partners, they should cheat with each other.
Yeah.
Make it fun.
No, the thing is, as soon as you put cheat in there, these people will like thinking, cheat.
Go to a party, slip off, go and have sex in the toilet, come back, have fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of things that we used to do. You know, it's like we go to a party and, you know, it's those little things that build trust. It's like you're in there with a whole bunch of gorgeous women and your husband just says, do you want to? And then you go to the bathroom and then you have like a quick menage a trois. No, no menage a trois.
Really?
Jesus Christ. I mean, a quickie.
That was on your mind. Wow.
Oh, no. No, trust me, I wasn't thinking about it. No, but like you have a quickie and then you come in. It makes you feel good because you know that he's thinking about you. There's certain little things that you can do to build trust. One of the things I can say is please allow yourself to be vulnerable. A lot of African men, and we're not just talking about African men, because I checked my demographic. I noticed that at least 10% of the people who follow me in America are male, which is amazing. Like knowing that, and you know, a lot of American, I'm talking about American, I'm not talking about African, you know, Ghanaians living in America. You know, listen to me. So I'm not just strictly talking about Africa, but let's just say that allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's important that you let.
It's a typical stereotype, isn't it?
What's that?
For men, don't be vulnerable.
I mean, you allow yourself to be vulnerable.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
So that's one of the things we could impart. Being vulnerable.
Yeah, it's not a weakness.
It's not a weakness to be vulnerable
Yeah.
to your partner. See, the moment you say, I do, when you look at that woman you're supposed to love, it's when you have to put down all your barriers.
Everything drops.
The barriers need to be dropped. You have to trust yourself in their hands. I think that everybody now, before they get married, they have to go to marriage classes.
We did that one with the Catholic.
Before we got married, because we wanted to get married in a Catholic church. And John is not Catholic.
That was so important to me.
Yes. And the priest said we had to come for classes. Can you imagine a priest teaching us how to be in a marriage? That was hilarious. But we learned something from him. You can't remember. No. I mean, I can't remember now, but I know that at that time, what he said to me was actually pretty insightful because I never really been in a relationship and I'm here marrying this white man. And I didn't know much about marriage. So he really gave me some really insightful things. So maybe find somebody who is married successfully. Look for the one that the husband cheats, or the woman is like not present, doesn't give the husband sex. Please, you have to do your homework. Don't just
a good role model.
A good role model. You people, your role models are a little suspect. Maminka.
Like the pastor who was on a couple of weeks ago. He'd be a good one.
Which one?
I can't remember.
Oh, no. Jesus. John wants to get me into trouble. Behave yourself. Okay. Yes. I think that it's important. He's let me lose your
train of thought.
Yeah,
excellent. That's
not very nice.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, it's okay. But the importance of being vulnerable is
women are naturally vulnerable. It's in their makeup. Men, we want this hard outer shell. It's fine, but with your partner, no.
And also, be yourself. Yeah, I was always myself. If I was angry, I was angry. If I was happy, I was happy. And I voiced my opinion when I was upset. I mean, what I learned to do through the marriage is find a way of asserting myself and saying what I wanted to say without
too much aggression.
And that's what us African ladies sometimes we lack. I'm no exception. So I used to sometimes and, you know, I needed to learn, but John found a way of telling me that I needed to be less aggressive. And I listened. So guys, don't be afraid. In the first few instances, because a lot of men want to be like assertive, you can't talk to me that way. You know, sometimes you allow them to fail, Kakra. It's okay. Just correct them and then still be yourself. But if they talk to you with aggression, you say, oh, you can't talk to me like that. And then your back goes up and then you don't open up. That also becomes a problem. You have to allow each other to be vulnerable and what's it called? Safe.
Yeah. You know, express themselves in a safe environment.
Yes.
So important.
Yes. It's fine.
Between the two of you, anything should be able to be discussed in a calm, reasonable environment.
Yeah. And if she's getting it wrong, tell her. And you
Or he's
told-
getting it wrong.
or
Either
he's
way.
getting- no, I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. you're right.
Either way. Always, you know.
So, ladies, if you need to impart something, we have to learn to have less aggression. I learned that. I'm very good at doing that now. I take my time and I explain, and and so you have to learn that. And guys, you have to also learn to be vulnerable, and also don't put your back up if they talk to you with aggression. They just got it wrong. They're human. So correct them. Just say, hey, don't do that. Let's next time talk with a little bit of respect. And then she'll learn. Nobody's perfect, but everything is baby steps. Some of the things is, like I said, be yourself.
Yeah.
Just basically help each other build a strong bond, because the bond is what's going to make you present, like us.
I think it's vital, and I think that the communication is the key. It all comes down to communication in some form.
I mean, sometimes people have a problem with, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to phones. I'm sorry. It's like, you guys have a little problem with, like, maybe your phones. Pacho, let me just say it. Phones, we spoke about that last week.
Mm-hmm.
Sharing your password with your partner. Some people have real issues, and I got so many DMs about this. Mommy, you won't give me his password.
Really?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Trust. But girls, ladies, or men, both, sorry. Sharing your password. I don't know what's wrong with that. If you're innocent, just share it. But the ladies or the guys, whomever it is asking for it, you have to know your boundaries. Why are you picking up the phone? If you're picking it up to go and check if they're talking to a lady, then you don't deserve to have the password. Because you also have to have trust. That's the whole thing. That's my thing. That's where the dilemma is. Some of you just ask for the password because you want to go and see if he's talking to a lady. That's not good. You need to trust him. So if you have the password and you think he's cheating, don't go straight for the phone. Ask him. Our instincts are good, though. We've got very good. What are you laughing at? We've got good instincts. How have we got good instincts?
Yes, frighteningly so.
My instinct is next to none. You have zilch instinct. What were you going to say?
No, I was just saying, if you're going to get access to someone's phone, don't be judgmental on what you find. If the lady's got dick pics, she's got dick pics.
Don't say that. I never used to have. No, you can say that.
Well, I just did that.
But I'm saying that. Don't say that, because that's almost like referring to me.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm aware of that, so it doesn't bother me.
No, it only just started because I made a thing.
Says.
I don't. Guys.
That was her cover story.
You see, I'm sensing some distrust here. I'm sensing distrust, John. Breathe. Are we distrusting me right now?
Not at all, darling.
Do you believe me when I said it was research?
Yeah, it's a good one, that.
John Trust?
Absolutely.
Did you believe me when I said
I
it was?
believed.
You don't act like you believe me.
Really?
Why are we talking about trust when you don't trust me?
I have to have some fun with it.
So, anyway, what were we saying? You just threw me out the loop.
All I was saying, if you can't be judgmental on what the person has on their phone. That's all. Obviously, if they're talking to other people of the other sex in the wrong way, that's different. But if you've got access to someone's phone, don't be judgmental.
Don't be judgmental. Trust is vital. Please don't put stumbling blocks in your relationship. As soon as you do that, your marriage is going to be very hard to succeed. So you do have to just break down the barriers. Okay? All right. I think we're probably going to move to the question of the week.
We've done trust to death, have we?
We've done trust. So we need to go to the question of the week. Do you remember it, John?
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, there was two, but the deportation one.
No. We're going to go straight to the...
okay. Money. That one?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Will you give your partner access to your money? I thought we touched on this last week.
No,
I really did.
We did not talk about access to money, my love. Because
okay, maybe it's my age then.
It's your age, my love.
I'm going to have to look back.
Yes, look back, because Will you give your partner access to your money? John, we've never had that issue, have we?
No. There's always one account and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, explain to them why that is important.
What's mine is yours and what's yours is yours.
Huh?
Huh?
What did you say?
What's mine is yours and what's yours is yours.
What's mine is yours and what's yours is yours.
That's the one.
Do you think that's the rule?
No, not at all.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, okay.
No?
Everybody should be shared. Shared and shared alike.
Okay, so why wouldn't you give your partner access to your money?
I think some people are just a little bit frightened by it.
Let's read some of the comments.
Okay.
Here.
Elizabeth Mensa. I can pronounce that one.
Yeah.
I know the Mensa's name anyway. I'm going to give him because he's my source of finance and I can't wrong with him if I have. Okay, sort of understand.
Why wouldn't you give your access to him? Because he's your finance. I hear that a lot. Do you want to read the next one?
Okay. The way we make money, save money, and spend money will always be different. I can do everything in my capacity for financially, but I can't give you access to it. What if the money finish? You still go.
You still go there.
Yeah, what does that mean?
You still survive.
Ah, okay. That's Emmanuel Darko Poku.
I want to understand what he's saying. The way we make money, save money, and spend money will always be different. I can do everything in my capacity for you financially, but I can't give you access to it. Wow.
Yeah.
What if the money finished too? You still go there? Oh, he's asking, would you still stay?
Yes, if there's no money.
Well, you see, trust. Aha.
Money and trust.
Trust. The thing is, you have to, how about you start off by maybe having a joint signature so she cannot take money without you?
Well, it's like Alex. Our daughter, she hates the idea of sharing money. It's only now, after baby, that they've decided to have a joint account to put money in, but she will not give her husband access to her account.
That's not my fault. I didn't tell her to do that.
We even say why, and
I told her to have the joint account, so now she does have a joint account with him. Because I think it's important that they do that as a married couple.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's read other people's.
Sorry, Alex. It depends on the relationship and the type of man. I mean, how helpful he is to me.
So it depends on the relationship and the type of man.
I mean, how helpful he is to me.
Okay, so again, she's talking about asking for money.
Seems like.
Oh, Mary!
Oh, someone knows Mary.
Yeah, can you speak slowly? So
okay, sorry, guys. Tang Lyrical.
Mm-hmm.
We don't just give people access to our properties just like that until you are verified. Okay.
Tang, we're talking about partner. We're not talking about somebody on the side of the street. Somebody you've committed to. So Tang, if it's somebody you're married to, wouldn't you give them access? No? Okay. Let's move on.
Okay, there's a name I cannot pronounce, and I'm not going to try, apart from...
Sufyan Hamdu Issa.
Nonsense. Why would I do that?
and he comes back to say more. I think he says, oh, brother, go. Oh, I don't even understand. Relax, we're not fighting here. I think somebody may have pulled him up on that and he didn't like it. But let's move on.
Oh, we've got another top fan, Esther.
Just say Esther. Yeah.
It's taboo in our society. It's forbidden. Is that so?
It's taboo to share accounts? Who said that? You see, sometimes when you go into a marriage, you do have to shed the old ways and find your own ways. It's important you have to shed what you know from your parents and start your own ways. Because if you bring that baggage in, especially in Ghana, this marriage never ends well. Please find your path, because that kind of thinking does not help your marriages. Doesn't. Again, trust. All right. Can I read that one?
Lady Barney.
You're reading too fast.
I'm sorry.
Lady Barney, you can give, but depending on how well you know the person, of course, that makes sense. Makes much sense.
Obviously, we would perceive it's in a marriage situation.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
In a marriage situation, that's the only reason why we said what we said. Like when you're married and you're tied to each other and you've committed to each other, that you should have give them access to your account because you're supposed to trust them. If you don't trust the person you're with, then you shouldn't be with them. Am I wrong?
No, so from day one, we had a joint account and both our salaries went into the joint account.
I mean,
Simple
I
as
was
that.
bad. So I needed to be tamed. So it's like everything. One person might be terrible. So the other person may have to tame them. And John did that successfully. Well, almost.
Eventually. Took some time, didn't it?
But that's trust, you know? And anyway, who is this? Clarice Nakur says, phone crowd, we don't give. And you say money. I think the idea of marriage is pretty, the idea of a union is pretty, I don't say screwed up. It's screwed up. Accra, you know, we do have to find a path. We have to find a path with this kind of thing because it's not helping us at all. There's everything wrong with the way we're thinking about marriages at the moment. Everything wrong with it. So we do have to try a bit harder. Anyway, so where we're at right now is we're going to take a little bit of a break, a music break. And before I go, let me give you the call-in lines. 0556 910 154. 0556 910 154. The other number is 0559 242 717. 0559 242 717. We'll be back with our stories of the day. Hi, How are you? I hope you're still there. My name is Stephanie Benson. This is Jonathan, and we're on Uncensored 92.73 FM. You know, before I go on to the next segment, there's a few steps that I want to give you. Now, if you have a pen and a paper, please write this down. If you have a partner and you want to build trust, let me give you some little steps before we move on, because I think it's important. 1, both parties have to be open. You both have to agree that you want to build on your trust. 2, make time to talk. Open up. Like when you come home, spend maybe an hour talking about everything and anything. Just talk. It doesn't matter if you think you don't have anything to talk about. Just talk. Start that. 3, find ways to connect. Like maybe playing games, going out together to do things together, like trust building exercises. There's a few out there.
We used to play backgammon.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I used to lose a lot.
4, always say what you mean. John said that before. Always say what you mean. And when you say it, mean it. 5, when you make a commitment, stick to it. When you make a commitment, stick to it. Do not say something and then change your mind. 6, allow your partner to be honest without taking offense. Allow your partner to be honest without taking offense. 7, make joint decisions. Finances, okay? Maybe if you're going out to dinner, for instance, make sure you make that decision together. Ask what she'd like to do. So it's not just finances, it's also the little things. And the last one I can impart is consistency. Make sure you're consistent. Keep that same momentum going every time. Don't just keep changing your mind because circumstances are different. You have to put an effort into this. Anyway, I hope you took down those notes. Let's go to the stories. This is Our Tender Loving Care. This one came to us a few days ago. She says, Stephanie, I have been a fool for love. I can't forgive myself. Here's my story. I migrated to UK after my master's 5 years ago, leaving behind my husband. That's a mistake. When I arrived, I had to struggle to find my footing, but eventually I found a decent job and settled in. Good girl. Eventually, my husband joined me and our love rekindled. His arrival was blissful. Of course, always is. Absence makes the heart go fonder, as they say.
Yep.
Endless gestures of love and intimacy. I was on cloud 9. Then we started trying to have kids. It proved difficult. So we went to see a fertility specialist who told us there was no problem, so we should continue trying. Somehow, my husband lost interest in me after the doctor's appointment. That's a shame. Sometimes, that feeling, you feel like you're never going to have the children, so you tend to, yeah. I sort of understand that. He wasn't into me sexually anymore, and he became cold. It can happen, but you have to build it back together. Mm-hmm. That was a few months ago. Since that time, however, he has impregnated 2 other women. And when I got to that part, I was like, wow. I found out from his friend who came to ask me for a loan that my husband had 2 babies on the way. You can imagine my shock. Yeah, we all can. I mean, I hear this kind of story a lot. This is not new.
Really?
No, John. I hear it so often from women who are with men. I mean, sometimes they're living in the same house and he has other kids and they don't know. We'll talk about the dangers of that in a bit. What breaks me completely is the fact that he is presently jobless and depends on me for all his needs. I hear that too. I pay the rent, all the bills, and give him my ATM so he doesn't have to ask me for money. Yeah. Your hard-earned money is going to the two babies and the other woman.
Yeah, taking them out.
I am heartbroken and want to hurt him back. His visa expires in a few months, and I will make sure he gets deported. Thereafter, I will file for a divorce and be done with him. But what I keep asking myself is where I went wrong with him. What did I do to deserve such betrayal and deceit from my own husband?
Well, it's not her fault. That's the first thing. She cannot see it being...
My heart.
What did she do wrong? Oh.
That is a horrible feeling to have when you're with, when you've invested your life with somebody and they betray you in this way. But this is such a common thing, and that's what I was talking about. See, a lot of men think it's just okay. But let me tell you the pitfalls of having babies outside of her. Let me just put it out there, because this happens too often. The pitfalls of having children outside without telling your wife is that, who knows? Those children might meet. Who knows? And the worst thing could happen. They might fall in love with each other, might have babies. It's like the chances of having a deformed child with two siblings is high. And it's just, I just think it's so, I don't want to be judgmental to the man or to the men who do this kind of thing.
Why not? I am.
I want to. Yeah, you go ahead.
I can't believe they'd do it. I really don't. Well, what's wrong with these people? If you can't look after children, don't bring them into the world. What's he doing? He's just screwing around for fun and not worrying about the consequences. He's not a man.
No.
It's as simple as that. Simple as that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He said it. A real man that has some self-control. And that's what this boils down to.
Completely.
Self-control. Most of them don't have self-control. I don't care what she's done. She may have major issues. She may have emasculated you. Who knows? I have no idea. But you do have to talk. You have a mouth. Sit her down and say, we're married. I feel undervalued. Speak to her. But for you to go outside just because you can and because you have a penis and sperm, does not make you a man. It just doesn't make sense.
Not one bit.
So I think, guys out there, we do have to rethink about how we view relationships and commitment. Some people, the thing is, some parents have instilled in their children, our men, they will cheat. So when you get into this marriage,
deal with it.
Deal with it.
That's a nice one, parents.
So to deal with the other babies, that's going to take money away from your family and the hard work you're using to build your family. They should live with that one. They should live with all the diseases that maybe he might bring into the household. They should deal with the HPV that they might bring into your vagina so you can get cancer. They should live with that one too. Yeah. There's a lot of pitfalls to cheating. It's not just, okay, he wants to go there and put his penis in there. It's all the other things it brings into your life that wrecks that relationship, that damages that relationship. And some people say, family, mothers and fathers say, oh, he looks after you, so just deal with it. Looks after you how? So when you get cancer from the HPV, which comes through his sperm, which is when a man is a bit promiscuous who goes out there, you can get that. And if you pass it on and that woman is unlucky and gets cervical cancer, and that's possible. Read up on it. HPV. What happens? So please, if I dream, why? And two near my end. You feel say it's okay. Yeah, because you're a mema. A real man will not do that.
Isn't it through poor education as well?
I don't know with this poor education because they're allowed to get away with it. They're allowed to get away with it. It's just sometimes when you and I will post videos, Some people say, oh, only a white man. See, that's the thing, it's the mindset. The women are not all of them. I'm not saying all. They're tuned to the fact that, okay, this is what our men do. So it's okay. But it can be okay for you. But what you don't do is complain. It's true. Fine. If you want to live with it, live with it. Don't keep complaining. And don't say that's what they do. That's what you'll accept. I was also saying so many black men who cheated. Let me tell you. All our friends, we said that before.
Yeah, there was only one marriage that is still together.
Still together.
Yeah.
So, so some of you say, white men cheat too. This man, I think he's scared of me. That's why he doesn't cheat. He's scared of me, John.
Complete.
Yeah. I think for this segment, let's bring the professional into it. Why? My beautiful friend, Princess. Princess, are you there? Princess? Are you there?
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
darling.
Hello.
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 Comment ça va? Ça va bien?
Ça va bien, mon ami. Ça va?
Très bien. Now, with this story, did you hear it, or do you want me to give you
as
the gist?
usual, I would always hear, but I want you always to, walk me through.
This woman, what do you think she should do? Me, I know what she should do. So I know that you're going to have your own thoughts on that one, which is what she should listen to. What do you think?
Stephanie, marriage and its journey, first off. At this point, all that you want to do, the question is it going to reverse what has happened?
Yeah, I mean, the guy has had 2 other babies. And
that's what I'm saying. So if we are going to deport him, get angry and do every other thing, is it going to reverse the children you already have? Is it going to reverse the relationship he has already have? Is it going to change anything about the situation? No, it is not. Entirely, it is not. So in as much as the guy is wrong, the guy is ungrateful, there's something wrong with the guy for actually doing that to the woman. Is so wrong. But your reaction to the person's wrongdoing tells your level of maturity, tells the level of personality you are, tells what you carry as a human being. One person did you wrong doesn't mean you should reciprocate it with wrong. Worst scenario is to say that I can marry you again, thank you, move on. But the fact that you are thinking about the fact that his papers are running and I want them to deport him, that is so far to the extreme. My point is, if you don't want him again for what he has done, just let him go. If you keeping the pain, keeping the hurt, keeping all the things that this gentleman has done to you, Stephanie, you are going to lose. She's going to lose her beautiful self. That is where we find ourselves right now.
I'll deport him. I'm sorry. I will put his ass on the plane and he can go home.
Yes, he will come back, my love. Stephanie, she will come back to Ghana. He still has 2 children, and you can't do anything about that. The deportation is not going to erase what he has done. No, it's not going to change
women it. Then give him his visa to come back. Surely.
If those women are equally out there, they are going to give him his visa to come back. Actually, if they have their children born out there, he's the father of 2 British children. He surely will come back. So then it didn't resolve. It didn't resolve what the issue is. Worst scenario, I'll say, is to say that I don't want to live with you again. Let him go, but keep yourself. Now, my concern is not the man. My concern is the woman, her sanity, her personality, her life, her vision. Tomorrow, if she sees another man who will love her genuinely, will she be able to believe in the school of marriage again? Will she be able to give her best again? Will she be a supportive wife again? Will she be? Do you understand? If she doesn't take care, she will lose herself because of somebody's stupidity. And that is not right. You don't have to let anybody hurt you so much that you lose your sweet self. The world is already chaotic. Stephanie, there are too many fake things, chaotic things happening. All that we have got, it is ourself and our sanity.
Yeah.
So we assume first marriage didn't work. He didn't do it right. Let him go. Divorce him in peace. Let him go. And move on with your life. And believe that, of course, in the next chapter, I have learned from this, please. What has happened that this guy had gone out and impregnated 2 women and he did not take note of? Let's blame the guy for doing wrong. But sometimes women, we get too comfortable that we don't check some things.
So she was asking at the end that what did she do wrong?
She didn't do anything wrong. She cared too much and she became careless.
Yes.
When you care too much, you become careless. When you become too vulnerable, and people make you feel too valuable so that they make you vulnerable. They make you feel very comfortable so they can stab you at the back. Where we are right now in life, girl, when you are too comfortable, still watch your back. Don't be too careful and then become careless. So the sweet words, the flowers, the beauty and all of that is happening. What do you think that is making this man do it to the extreme? Watch your back. Watch your back as a person. Watch your back. So there was no day he could have impregnated 2 ladies. Where does he go to meet them? There was no trait. You always felt comfortable. He was too comfortable.
Because instincts.
Yes, the husband is making instincts. That's the word I'm looking for, Stephanie. Your instincts will tell you it is too good to be true. This is the thing that my lawyer has told me for the past 10 years. It's one of my principles. If it is too good to be true, I got to be careful.
Yeah.
When it's too good to be true, I got to be careful. Because it's too good. You make your instinct go to sleep. Every woman has to train their instincts to that.
Mm-hmm.
Every woman has to. Every woman has to. And it works with experience, with life. Sometimes you watch, no, there's something not going right here. Where did she miss all of this to where we've got into? Now, we can't blame her as much. The man has done what he wants to do. But all we can say is that she better keep her heart and herself. If you don't take care, you think about all the things that you've done for this man, all the things that he has taken you through, all the things that, and you start having a high BP, you start losing your mind. Before you realize you are walking, you are talking, you are driving, you are crying, you are losing, you are being depressed. And where is this man? He's still in his comfortable home, whether deported or still back in the UK, still happy to be a father of 2, and you have not had a child yet. I pray she has not passed the age of 40.
Yeah, I agree with you on some instances. Yes, she has to take care of herself. And I do agree that women sometimes become a little complacent when they're in a relationship. And that's when maybe they don't know about self-love. And so somebody can still make you feel comfortable, because John makes me feel very comfortable in my relationship. But what I never do is allow myself to relax as a person, to look good, to feel good, to have some self-respect and self-love.
Exactly. Stephanie, John, over the years, have been tried and tested. I actually listened to some interview where you talked about the fact that he got somewhere and could not call you, that he has arrived, and later, and you packed him a bag, and he never did that again. You see, over the years, it has been tried and tested. If we get to a certain point, sometimes you don't even let all your guards down, but you can loosen some guards, because you know that you have put the cards right there. You understand? You have aligned the game. We are going, this is the structure. This is me, Stephanie Benson. This is what I can take. This is what I can take. And then John gets to respect and move with it. Mm-hmm. These are some things that women don't do in their marriage. They are done. I have a husband at home. Game over. No. We are not coming to start. And I believe you and John every year realign. You redraw what you want to do. You change it periodically. You don't just leave it. You will fuel it periodically to make it suit who you are. Because the Stephanie Benson 30 years ago, it's not the Stephanie Benson 30 years in the future.
No, I'm still sucking his penis, but yeah, I'm definitely different.
Exactly.
Well, we both grow.
Exactly. Exactly. But now this is a queen. Now this is a queen. So now the standard is quite different. You do all the things you do for your husband, but there's some things that don't dare not do around you. Because over the years, you have put that together. You understand? And that's what a lot of women don't do. We get comfortable. I'm married. He's here with me. And so the doctor said that there's no problem. And that's it. You are moving and going. No, this man is making children somewhere. You've forgotten yourself. He's making one and make two. He's working with a plan that probably you are not in. But for now, we can't do anything about the man. The children are gifts from God. We can't do anything about the kids instead. All we can do is to help her keep her sanity. Because if she allows what this man has taken her through in life, if you want to deport him, hallelujah. If you don't want to deport him, so be it. But whatever you do, just don't lose yourself in the quest of revenge. Whatever you do, don't lose your personality, don't lose your sweet love, don't lose how amazing you are. Because so many women are losing who they are because of what either men have done to them. And so many men are losing who they are because some women have done some things to them. No, nobody has the right to let you lose who you are. They are all experiences. So if you want to deport her, deport him, good. You want to divorce him, good. But through it all, she should keep her head, learn from it, accept the mistake and say, well, I wasn't on my guard from today. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to put my eye down. I'm going to try again. And I'm sure a year about this time, the next message she will send us, she'll be telling us that she has her own child and have another home with a splendid man. If she doesn't learn, this mistake will happen again and again.
Yeah. So I hope she's listening, because that's really the long and short of it. 100%. So, Princess, thank you so much.
Another
Thank you so
point. Yay.
Hopefully we'll have you on again.
All right. You have a great show.
Bye, love.
Bye.
Bye. Now, that was very insightful. And Princess, again, is always right. She made some very, very good points. But there's only one point that I know she's saying, yes, either you can deport them or not deport them. That's your choice. I say deport him. You agree, right?
At least. Yes.
Deport him. Send him on his way. Let the other woman, I'm not vindictive, but I think in this case, it warrants it. He needs to go. Just don't sign the papers. If he has another way of staying, let him stay. But you don't sign the papers for him. It's done. Okay? So let's activate the phone lines now, because we need to maybe hear other people's opinions on this one. If you have any opinions, please feel free. 0556 910 154, 0556 910 154, or 0559 242 717. 0559 242 717. I just want to tell you, listen, sweetheart, if you're listening, it's not your fault. You did nothing wrong. I know that, yes, maybe you took your eye off the ball a little bit. Sometimes we do that in relationships. We don't keep our eye on what's going on around the house. Because for a man to be able to have 2 children outside of your marriage, and he hasn't got a job, where's he going? Yeah, I know. Sometimes we trust people and we forget that, we have to stay present with them. But what I found out is a lot of relationships where it's long distance. I was going to ask Princess that, I forgot.
Yeah, but this thing sort of went wrong after they were having trouble making babies.
He probably had the children beforehand.
You never know. You may have already been looking, but at that point it seemed to happen.
But he wasn't having those babies because he couldn't have a child.
Well, you wouldn't
if you
have
love your partner, you wait.
Absolutely.
So you both
use that as an excuse.
So, sweetheart, it's not your fault. He's just a very weak man who really wanted to put his pee in different places. And I'm just seeing it as simplistically as that, because we give too many excuses to these kind of men. And I just don't think it's good enough. Nobody should do that to anybody. It's just not a nice thing. It's just the respect is lacking. So I'm telling you that the woman did not deserve it. she really just needed assurance. Sometimes when you think you can't have babies, first you blame yourself. So maybe she took her eye off the ball at that point. But Princess was 100% right. Find some self-confidence, self-love, and deport the guy.
Get the loser out of your life.
Okay. All right. We're going to move on to the next story. And then we'll come back to it if you have anything to say. Let me just give you the call lines again at 0556 910 154, 0556 910 154, or 0559 242 717. Okay. Let's move on to the next story so we have time to listen to anybody who wants to come on. Dear Stephanie, I'm going out of my mind, and it's all because of a man I called my lover for years. All because of a man she called her lover for years. We met at a club 3 years ago. We hit it off and became lovers. He is a business executive and travels a lot. At a point, I traveled with him, and we were inseparable. When we met, I was dating, but he insisted I left my boyfriend and settled with him, even though he was much older than me. He's 54 and I'm 27. That's quite a gap.
Mm-hmm.
Because he provided for me with everything and then some, it was easy to cut my boyfriend loose.
Oh.
My man even gave me some money to compensate him. On most days, we were good, but our arguments were always about him meeting my mom. Okay, so he didn't want to meet her mom. He would get skittish whenever I brought up the topic of meeting my mom and promised we would meet her later. My mom, on the other hand, had been pestering me to bring home the person I was dating so they could at least get to know each other. It got so bad, I started avoiding her calls. Wow. Last month, we had to attend a funeral, and as fate would have it, we bumped into my mother. Nice one. The shock on my mother's face when I introduced her to my man scared me. My man was her lover.
Sorry.
Some of these are just so hard to believe, I have to tell you.
It's like something you'd read in a book.
And he knew it. He knew it.
Knew what?
He knew that that was her mother.
Of course.
They had been dating for about a year and were planning to get married. I don't think I finished reading this story. Even I'm in shock. He had knowingly been sleeping with my mother and I. My heart sank when he mischievously admitted that he had schemed it all. His reason, to spite my father, who was his childhood friend and had dated his sister, impregnated and dumped her for my mother. My father and mother are no longer intimate, although they are not divorced yet. I feel as if I have been a pawn on my lover's sick and twisted plot to avenge his sister, and I want to hurt him back for the humiliation he's caused me. What do I do? What do you do? I don't even know.
Watch less Dynasty? Sorry, I'm making light of it. It could be a serious problem.
It is a serious problem. She's in love. I mean, the thing is, right now, there are two people in the picture. You and your mother, who are both innocent. They're both innocent.
Well, not completely. She left her boyfriend. The guy gave the boyfriend money. It's all a bit weird, this.
Yes, but that's not the point, though. You know, it's something real to her. So she went for the older guy and got rid of the boyfriend. That's by the by. Because, you know, she had a boyfriend. She didn't want to be with him anymore because somebody was looking after her. People make decisions about things, you know, for different reasons.
Okay.
You know, you're seeing it a bit too simplistically.
Okay, all right.
John.
All right.
So, yeah, she let him go and she's with this guy. So you can't fault her for that. Hindsight is 50-50.
All right, okay.
So she's with this guy that she cares about, who looks after her and she cares about. The thing is, right now, her and her mother are innocent.
Yeah, well, the guy is completely duped both of them.
Yes. But all I can tell you, sweetheart, is do nothing. There's nothing you can do. I mean, what do you want to do? Pay him back how? For what? You made a mistake. You and your mother should console each other and move on.
Yeah, kick him out of both your lives.
Absolutely.
That would be the answer.
There isn't anything else to say. Just find some strength to just be whole again. It's a heartache. It's horrible. You and your mother are, sleeping with the same man. It's still a man. Let him go. Your mother, you didn't know anything about it. You can heal together. Just cry together. I know that's all I can say. But don't think about vengeance. That will consume the both of you. It's not worth it. He's not worth it. Karma is real.
Yeah, something will happen to him.
Yeah, he'll get what he deserves, but it's not up to you. Don't go to Juju Man and try and put some spell on him. It's not worth it. Let him go. Life will deal with him. What your father did has nothing to do with the both of you. That was a pretty evil thing he did. It's just, it's just pure evil. So evil will deal with him. So just leave him alone, okay? And survive on your own. There's nothing more I can add to that. We've heard some real stories. Yeah. I mean, some of our friends have had some real dilemmas as well. You have a friend right now who's going through it at the moment. Do you want to tell us what the story is?
Well, I think I gave a rough summation.
But give it again, just in case the other people...
married for some time. She's younger, maybe 15 years younger than him. They have 4 children. He works hard, and she went off and had an affair.
How many children do they have, John?
4.
Yeah.
4 children, quite young as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they sort of tried to get it back together again. But then she went off and had sex with 2 other guys quite quickly afterwards. Yes, in the house. And then sort of said the reason was because she was using it to try and get over the first guy. There you go.
Wow. That's a story. That's another one.
That's as far as I know.
Yes, maybe there's more.
Maybe there's more, and I'm not privileged to
this one, I'm not getting involved in. Although we know the both of them, I'm letting John deal with the guy because he's hurting. He's really hurting, and he wants to bring his marriage together. And I don't know how, because to bring people into your house to have sex with them, and usually we hear this, when the man is doing it, but not the woman.
Yeah.
And this is a woman who has 4 young children and brings men to the house.
And the kids are breaking up. Kids know about it.
The kids know about it, yeah.
One's not going to school. One's having, they're really
struggling.
Really struggling.
I just think
problems.
that there's something happening with her as well. I don't want to feel sorry for her, but I feel there's something happening with her.
Yeah.
And she needs to go and see a psychologist, because no mother without any psychological problems would do that.
Yeah, because they know what the impact of the children is.
Yeah, and I've seen her with her children, and she seems really, really switched on. So I just think that maybe she's going through something.
These stories are out there.
Yeah,
crazy.
They're definitely out there. So I think that we're going to go to our biggest topic.
Really, that one at the end there? Yeah. Okay, interesting.
We're not even
one.
going to have a music break.
Right. Okay.
Let's talk about this.
What's that?
Because I love this.
I'm sure you do.
Libido rising.
Okay.
Oral sex. Or penetration. Oral sex or penetration. Mm-hmm. Which do you prefer? Which works for you? Which you prefer, John?
I knew that was coming. I just knew I was going to get hit with that. It's never always the same. It's horses at different times, different wants.
Look at how John is getting so uncomfortable.
Different times, different wants.
A bit red because we're
Leave
talking.
me alone.
This is his. It's like very English side coming out. But yes, I know it's one of those topics that. Yes, it has a lot to do with feeling. It has a lot to do with how you're thinking at the time. Maybe you're tired and you just want to lie back and let somebody.
Well, it's different feelings as well, physical feelings as well.
And you get a different kind of orgasm?
Yeah, more intense. Yeah, absolutely.
It's more intense. Tell me.
Well,
I know you told me before because I'm always asking.
Obviously, if you're okay, this is detail. If you're fucking when someone's actually coming, it's quite
This
intense.
is where John gets nervous.
Get off.
I love it when he gets nervous. This is fun
I'm
for
finished.
me. No, you're not finished.
I'm finished.
No.
That's it.
So
I'm zipping.
Okay. Give me sign language. I'll just say it for you. Like, so when you're
yes, that's it.
and then I know what that means.
No, obviously.
So it's like the intensity.
The intensity is more
when you're what?
When you're in such as you're coming. Okay. At that moment.
Okay.
But you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and the penetration bit as well.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, if you can't see my husband right now, he is as red.
Perfectly uncomfortable.
As a beetroot. Right?
Thank you, darling.
He's reddo.
Reddo.
Yeah. And then the penetration is
it's different depending on what position you're in.
Okay, so if somebody out there wants to know what your favorite position is, what would you say?
I've told you, reverse cowgirl.
Reverse cowgirl.
Yeah.
Right. When you're lying there,
Yeah.
So if I have to compare reverse cowgirl to sucking thing, which
that's a hard one because with the reverse cowgirl, I can control myself more.
So you're thinking more about control.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I want to pleasure you more. So I'm trying to think control, and the longer they last, the nicer intensity. Yeah.
Okay. So I suppose when somebody says oral sex or penetration, all depends on the mood you're in.
Absolutely.
But you see, another thing I want to say is a lot of women do not climax on just penetration alone.
Well, that's
so they need to have some kind of either oral after, or the finger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in this case, either. Are you going to ask me?
Would you like me to ask you? Yes. I know what you prefer. What do you prefer, darling? Oral sex or penetration?
What do you think I prefer?
I'm not going to say.
You're not going to say?
No, you tell me.
It's not that hot in here.
Obviously, the heating's very hot in here. Thank you, darling.
I love you. So, what do I prefer? Okay, should we write it down and then you write. I'll write mine down, and then you write.
We'll put it up to the.
This is the first letter.
I'm already there.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is what you call soulmate. Okay, 1, 2, what do you write? Okay, we both put P. Penetration, of course. I don't know. I prefer that. Absolutely, we got that right. Here, 5. See, this is what I mean. We're in sync.
Would have been bad if I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want to live that one.
Should we do yours though? You write yours down.
Because no, so that wouldn't be.
It
not
would
clear
be
defined. I know yours is a clear definition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, at least we've got that.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you for that.
So you're in my good books. So I think maybe tonight you might get one of them.
Excellent.
Yes, there's a lot of people out there actually who are very, very shy about their bodies when it comes to oral sex. they are unable to deal with, somebody down there looking at the vagina. It's just a shot.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And the other thing is, a lot of men also just like the doggy style.
Okay.
That's all. I mean, some of the men who come into my DM, they're always talking about, bending over. I just feel like some of you African, you don't like to look at your partner's faces. Is it the face or what? Or the ass? I don't get it. Because I think when you're making love, looking at somebody's face is everything. I want to see your face. I want to see the expression. I just want to see how you look when you're about to climax. I want to see all of that. But a lot of the African men, a lot of the ladies say, he likes doggy style. And a lot of the ladies say, we like doggy style. I mean, if you're just having sex, that's okay. When you're making love, it has to be more than just doggy style.
Okay.
And a lot of men don't actually go down on their women in Ghana because that's why I have my products, Steph Secrets. Let me say, go to Steph Secrets. It will keep your vagina fresh.
Is it because the ladies are embarrassed or because the men don't want to?
I think it depends on who it is. Some women are embarrassed.
Right.
Some women just actually want the men to go down on them, but they just will not do it because some say that they don't like the idea of it. Some are saying because the women smell. And some are saying it's an abomination. Don't laugh.
I'm not laughing. True. Okay, so let's address the second one, the smell. That can be addressed very easily.
Yes. But I think once burnt, it's sort of hard to do it again. Every woman is different. That's what they need to understand. So if you've been with one woman who smelled, it doesn't mean that the other one will.
Yeah. Okay, why don't do it? Let's do it when they're in a long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So they know one another. They know each other's bodies, one would hope.
Mm-hmm.
So why would they still be nervous of showing?
I have no idea. I don't understand.
Walk around naked? If they're nervous or shy about themselves, they've got to find a way of breaking that taboo. There's so much enjoyment to walk around naked, to show each other.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I think it's maybe. Let me just read some of the comments on the stream at the moment because I think we're having some people who are coming on making some comments about what we're talking about.
Not phone calls, comments.
Yes. All right. The problem is the internet here is proving very difficult, so I am not able to get any of the comments at the moment. Sorry. I'll keep looking and I'll find them. Don't worry. Okay, somebody says, Linda Wusu says, I trust my husband, Pa, but I won't do. Oh, they're talking about money, about having to share their finances. He says, she says, he makes more money than me, but she will not share her money. Okay. We have Mommy Akusia as well, who says, does this joint account thing work well for African marriages? Our men are, and we the women too, our eyes are too open. It does work in any marriage, my sweet. You can choose to have your own bank account, and he can choose to have his own bank account, and you can have a joint bank account where maybe you put all your expenses in, and then all of that can be shared. Yeah. So I think that it works. Laura Sanusi says, love the connection between these two. Shalom over union always, of course. Linda Wusu comes back and says, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, John. That's good. And Ohima says, greetings to you from me, Stephanie, my favorite, and Papa John. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ohima. Ma 6. I think we're coming to the end of our show. So I can't keep reading any of your comments, but they're really welcome. Keep them coming. If they start earlier in the show, then I can read more of it. But we're coming to the latter part of the show. And I just want to say, John, do you want
I just shared too much. No one else has shared what they like. I feel it doesn't feel right.
Because we have such a wide topic today, we're not going to open the lines.
Okay.
Do you mind, John?
I just feel a little violated.
I need you to share a bit more now.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
Just a little bit more.
Okay.
What I wanted to ask you is, for next week, I want to just give you a synopsis of what we're going to be talking about. John.
Whenever you start a
Would you
sentence like
ever
that, yeah.
cheat if Charlize came to you and says, I want you?
No.
Charlize Theron, I'll show you the picture. I don't know. Just go and Google her. She was there. What film was she in?
Oh, gosh, so many. She was the Dior girl in and out of the swimming pool.
Ghanaians don't watch Dior advertising.
She's not been in a Nigerian film, so I can't help you with that.
What did you say?
She's not been in a Nigerian film, so I can't help you with that.
See, this is the thing. You guys do not understand John's humor. He's not funny. He thinks he's funny. But Charlize is somebody that John loves.
Loves? No, I ain't a lover.
But with somebody you would chat.
Yes, if I had to.
If you had to.
The answer to the question was no. Of course I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. So who do you think I would go for?
Well, it's obviously Blair Underwood, if he can still walk. I'm not sure if he can.
Blair is sexy as hell.
There you go. That's the one. That's the reaction. She fell into that trap perfectly.
Blair Underwood is like God's gift.
Okay. Stop salivating.
I will have oral sex with Blair Underwood.
Would you swallow?
Because I don't. Maybe if I just met him, I won't.
Good girl. There you go.
But
it shows your classy upbringing.
Yeah, very classy. But if I've known him for maybe
an hour or two, yeah. I knew where you were going. Don't worry, I'm there.
I might.
Okay, fine. Good to know.
But which Ghanaian man do you think that I would?
Well enough to give a name.
You don't know them well enough, do you?
No, I couldn't.
That's a shame, because there's quite a few.
You quite like Samini.
Yeah, Samini was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a bad-looking dude.
No, it's not about being good-looking. You know me.
He's got a nice aura about him. Yeah.
But the thing with me is, even if the person is ugly and they have
the right,
the right.
I didn't mean good looking. I mean,
thing.
Yeah,
he's got a nice personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few, but it's okay. Don't worry. Maybe I'll introduce you to them when you come to Ghana.
Thank you, darling.
Well, we are coming to the end of the our session here. I've had a great time. I've enjoyed every single moment of this. Hopefully next week we'll have the phone lines open, but my producer did not want to open the phone lines right now. I think he was enjoying us talking.
Me being embarrassed.
So yeah, making sure that you recovered.
Thank you.
Because your face was so red. Thank you so much for listening. I hope everything we've spoken about here has helped you one way or another. We do care about you. Well, at least I care about you. John is just getting to know some of you. And hopefully we'll see you here again next week. 9 p.m. Uncensored on 92.7 3 FM. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
My dreams of you with the night.